What's up guys, let's get you caught up on the latest on stimulus checks. Now, as you guys know, I'm keeping you up to date on all levels of checks. Federal level for stimulus checks of $2,000 that people have been waiting for. We are seeing what Congress is going to be deciding, and also state, city, and county checks. If you are in the state of Connecticut, let me know. Do you even know that there was a program available right now for stimulus provisions? Connecticut created a $34 million pandemic relief fund for essential workers, and it remains largely unspent. The government should already be raising awareness about Connecticut's program to replace lost wages to cover medical expenses for frontline workers who caught the pandemic had stalled due to its low profile, which means nobody knows it exists, and a complicated application process. So even if you do know it exists, it's too complicated to fill out the information to get this benefit more than 6 months after the Essential Workers Pandemic Assistance Program launch. Only 1 month after they already expanded it even further. So after 6 months, they decided to expand eligibility so more people can get it. The state has awarded $361,000 of its $34 million budget, or about 1%. And keep in mind that this money is only available for a limited amount of time. Then after that, it's gonna go back to the federal government. So they are not raising awareness for it. They are making the application process very complicated. Then where does the money go? Goes back to the government? And then what happens to it? We don't know. Are they awarding themselves bonus checks or something? But it just kind of disappears? The same thing with the federal money that was supposed to go out. There's over $800 billion just sitting there, and that's enough to send out $1,400 checks. The third $1,400 stimulus check everybody in the nation costs $400 billion. They've got $800 billion just sitting there. Why are they not tapping into it? And what happens to the money? People just stop talking about it, and then it suddenly disappears. Just very disheartening. And according to Comptroller Natalie Braswell's office, only 1 out of every 17 people who completed a preliminary registration process has received funding. So to me, it just seems like it would be so much easier to just send out checks and not make this process so complicated. We already have the infrastructure for direct deposit to go out to people, and there are so many people that are hurting right now. I feel like this should not be the way. It's very unfortunate and very sad. And with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into the latest that's going on right now with stimulus checks. Alright, the first one, California. Details are still being hammered out, but it seems as if California residents who have a registered car will receive a check of $400 per car owned up to 2 before the end of the year. State legislators are still in a stalemate regarding the details of the plan, but it appears that at least some of the state's budget surplus will be in the hands of residents before the end of the year. Now, this is for registering vehicle owners for the gas issues. But there's also been Golden State Stimulus 1, Golden State Stimulus 2. We've heard a tax rebate is going to be coming out where you can get up to $1,050. Also, we've heard of checks going out in Sacramento, California. We've heard of some in Alameda, California, and counties and cities across the state. There's a ton of them in California. This is just one that's going out statewide, and I will keep you up to date on all of these. Also, Colorado. Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed a bill in late May to send payments of at least $400 to taxpayers this year. Payments are expected to arrive in September. Next up is Delaware. Delaware was one of the first states working toward offering relief to state residents. with one-time relief rebate payments of $300 sent out to taxpayers who have filed their 2020 state tax return by the end of May. And a lot of these are determined by your taxes. Now is the time to make sure that you file your taxes even if you don't have to, or you normally don't make sure that the federal government and the state knows that you exist in your current situation, because if they don't, you're gonna miss out on these benefits. Make sure that they know and that you have filed. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed legislation to dispute rebate payments of $250 for single filers, $375 for heads of household, and $500 for joint filers. Now, in addition to that, there are waivers going out to mothers in Georgia. And deficit for Black mothers and single mothers can get up to $850 per month, with some of the programs going out. Hawaiian legislators have approved Governor David Eads' proposal to send $300 rebates to state residents earning less than $100,000 per year, and $100 rebates to those earning more. Payments might begin processing in late August. Idaho is another state that made an early move in 2022, distributing $75 rebate payments to full-time Idaho residents in March. Technically, the payments were equal to the greater of $75 or 12% of a resident's 2020 Idaho state taxes. Indiana residents started receiving $125 tax rebate payments in May if they filed their 2021 taxes. Maine, significant stimulus payments of $850 are already on the way to Maine residents with a federal adjusted gross income of less than $100,000. $150,000 for heads of household and $200,000 for joint filers. Payments began on June the 1st. Minnesota. Some frontline workers in Minnesota can expect a one-time payment of $750 in 2022, although the details of the distributions have not yet been released. New Jersey. In 2021, New Jersey sent qualifying taxpayers a middle-class tax rebate of up to $500. In his 2022 budget, Governor Phil Murphy earmarked additional $500 payments to people who pay taxes using a federal ID number rather than a social security number. New Mexico. Multiple rebates have been approved in New Mexico, including $250 for taxpayers earning under $75,000 annually and a $500 rebate for all taxpayers. The $250 rebates will be issued in July, while the $500 rebates will be sent in two payments, one in June and one in August. So there you have it. This is an update on some of the state stimulus checks that are going out right now in the month of July, and I will see you again in the next video.